loud. And we'll come back here and push our button. And our lights flick. That means we're good. Yeah, I've noticed when I drive newer C2s that when 99 does a post trip, it's kind of like beep. On these newer C2s, when they do a post trip, it's like so prepare yourself for that if you move up in the age range. But that concludes our little shopping spree field trip. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. I'm out.
Welcome back to winter life with Sleep Country, where after a resolute holiday season, the Canadian human retreats to its burrow. Bundled up in its fluffy nest, forged from Sleep Country's Sleep Cozy event, this retreat marks the start of the season to enjoy the great indoors.
And for a limited time, you can get extra cozy with up to $1,000 off best-selling mattresses from Kingsdown, only at Sleep Country. Restrictions apply. See in-store or online for details.
Good morning, people of internet lands. Welcome back to another bus vlog. I hope you're all doing well. I currently have 2 other videos on my desk that I haven't finished editing, but by the time you see this video, I will have finished editing, I think. Whatever. Anyway, today is another field trip. It's very local. So, because it's local, they said I didn't have to go pull somebody's new bus. I can just drive 23. Today is Tuesday the 10th as I record this, and yes, we are still in 23, but as you may or may not have seen in the last video, I don't know if I included the clip or not. Obviously you'll know by the time you watch it. 99 was in the shop and had like half of the engine ripped open, so yeah, they were doing that. The parts. Shut up. Shut up. The parts did come in, so that's what they were doing. They were in there giving 99 some love. So we don't have to be at the school until 9:45. It's from one of the middle schools. So what we're gonna do is go get some fuel because this bus seems to absolutely drink it. I did find out this bus has a 50-gallon tank. That's 50. If you see my previous videos, you'll know that 99 has a 60-gallon tank, 60. So, yeah, I found out the hard way this bus has less fuel than I thought because I only go about 2 days, maybe 2.5, and then I have to refuel. So we're gonna get some fuel. I'm gonna go back there and kind of sweep out the sand, make sure all the trash is taken out. Just make sure the bus is ready for the field trip. But first, on our way back to the yard, I'm stopping at Circle K. Why am I stopping at Circle K? Because I need coffee and a snack. It's too early for this. I normally would do that after leaving the bus yard on my way to my other day job, but since I'm not doing that, I'm just gonna drive straight there. May as well stop there on the way. Which presents a bit of a pickle that I'll show you where we have to park school buses at Circle K. There's one particular area that you have to park in, and then I have to go lock the back door so that people don't break in. We are kind of on the sketchy side of town ish. It's the edge of the sketchy side of town, I should say. Right, so here's how we do this. park in the grass right there, I think. So what I'll do is I'm gonna come in here and then back up onto that dirt. Or I could just park right there, I guess. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll make sure I don't block up the crosswalk, and the air compressors are over there, so I'm not gonna be blocking those. Yeah, I think right there is fine. Cool. We'll park there, and I will go get something to munch on. Kill those, make sure my heaters are off. I'm not gonna bother with a post trip because, well, not writing it down anyway, because we're about to go back to the yard. But when I get to the yard, I need to remember to turn that route off and switch it over to field trip mode. I tend to forget that. We'll kill that, close that, shut that off, parking brake neutral, okay. Shut you down, accessory. And we'll walk back here. And do that. And lock the back door. Like so. You're on my head, so you probably couldn't see that well. But there you go. I locked the back door. I'm not sure why they put that on the floor. Oh, crap. Crappity crap crap. Somebody left their lunchbox. That's not good. They need that. Frick. Okay. I'll set that there. I need to decide what to do with that, if I have time to run back to the high school or not. Actually, I say that. I don't know if that came from a high schooler or a middle schooler. I can't even hardly read the name. Okay, well, I guess I'll wait and see if a dispatcher or somebody calls me. Right, in Circle K we go. At least that's clear out here. Close that, and then if I can figure out which key it is. One of these. I'm gonna say this one. No. Okay. Maybe the other one. Trying to hold a GoPro in one hand while I do this. Alright. I think that has locked it. No. Maybe to the left. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Go for that one. Never mind, not going for that one because it's literally just water. Great. Right, we've successfully made it across the parking lot because, as we all know, my mother thinks that's a dangerous activity. Anyway, what have we here? We have went and got a can of coffee since the machine decided to spit out just straight water. Circle K is a bit unpredictable like that. We've got some of these, which are good. Go try them. And then just for the heck of it, I threw in a Hershey bar last second because why not? So, grab my keys and go in. Nope, never mind that. Gotta go back here and unlock the back door first, because I'm an idiot. Flip that, flip that, flip that back down. And we'll walk back up. up here. Now we get to play the fun game of trying to actually get out of this Circle K going the correct direction. Because you either have to go out over there and cross the road to go this way, or you have to go out right here and turn to the right, but then cross the road to get in the turn lane to go that way. So this could be interesting. Okay, now that I'm actually thinking this through, this might have been actually a bad idea, because I'm gonna have to reverse. Well, no, that's doable. I'm gonna have to reverse into the dirt patch and just hope that nobody comes in that entrance while I'm doing it. So I'll throw the hazards on. I'll move this way so I can get off the curb and throw it in reverse and start praying. I have a backup alarm, white lights on the back, and my hazards, so should be fairly obvious what I'm doing, but I'm going to shimmy to the right side so that I'm out of the way if somebody comes in. Nobody behind me, still good. Still good. Back it up, back it up, back it up. Almost to the dirt. Just about. There's the dirt, found it. I didn't think it was gonna thunk quite that hard. All right, now part 2 of this is how to get across into that turn lane without blocking up the entire road. Or actually clear that way, so I'll swing way the heck out and spin it round like a glove. Told y'all I was professional. Or as I like to say, professionally unprofessional. Or unprofessionally professional. However you want to look at it. 9:30. We should get there plenty of time. There we go. Loud noises everywhere. Trucks and other trucks and my engine and air conditioning, and I was funneling air in the window, and it's so loud in this bus. It's so loud in this bus. I'm gonna end up watching this video back and realizing that it's not as loud as it sounds to me. Probably, somewhat, maybe, perchance. Conveniently, driving down the same road that I go down every morning, it only takes about 8 or 9 minutes to drive from the school to where they're going, and they have to be there at 10:15, which is why if we don't get there at exactly 9:45, it's perfectly fine. I still don't know what to do with that lunchbox. I will probably set it up on the dash somewhere.
This is Grammarly's AI writing app. Your writing from start to finish, all in one place.
They see the back. They don't have my bus that has. You can probably tell this window is absolutely hideous. It's November. Why? Sorry, I was letting you hear the end. They will then get to the end of the road. Just enough.
parked the buses right here on this side street and came over here to get food.
All right, as you probably can see right in front of me, food has been acquired. We actually, it's kind of funny, we both got the same thing: chicken bites, fries, and root beer. So it's pretty easy to eat that and drive, so we're gonna go ahead and kind of shimmy our way back to bowling alley so that we're already there and ready when they get done. Have some food, and then we'll head on to the high school and get underway with the afternoon routes. And my kids are going to be extremely confused by the fact that I'm in our old bus. Okay, yeah, that's all of the elementary craziness I can take. I'm done. Last load's delivered. I'm out. I can't take any more of that. So, two of us are now headed to the high school because we both do shuttles to this my middle school. I feel like all I've done is drive today. Oh wait, I have. But I'm enjoying the day. 99. I'm just glad it's not hot. Really glad it's not hot outside. This is almost like doing my morning shuttle, because that's the exact same route we're taking right now. We're just empty. I've also noticed during today that the throttle pedal in these two buses feels different. 171's throttle stops quicker. And if you wiggle your foot just right, you can actually kind of pivot the pedal around that stopper. 99 doesn't do that. And 99's pedal moves farther. So I'm kind of pushing my foot into it. I'm kind of pushing my foot into it the same amount as I would on 171, but it's actually applying less power than I'm thinking it is, because my foot has gotten used to having the shorter pedal movement. I also figured out, well, I don't know how well you can see up there, with the dashboard differences, obviously the little info board is different. The air gauges don't have the orange on them. But one thing I did notice was that the blinker lights are in the main light board right here. They're right there and there. Whereas on 171 they actually have their own cutouts over here, sort of symmetrically split across the high beam light. And I totally forgot about that difference until I looked down today and thought about it. I can't stand this time of day because I'm getting weird tree shadows coming onto the road, which is fine, but it just means that the sun is like strobing almost over here. I'm not too fond of that. It's also smoky over here. Who's burning stuff? Who's burning things? Smoke and haze everywhere. I also noticed too when I was driving, 99 still has the like remnants of duct tape up here in the corner. And on top of that, on the sun visor right here, if I pull this down so you can see it, this piece of duct tape on the sun visor, that was because of me. I put that there because I was trying to tape a piece of paper right there. And eventually that piece of paper came down and the piece of tape stayed. So yeah, there's little remnants little traces that I was here. Like the screws down here in the switch panel, some of them are loose and they don't dig into anything. I did not do that, but it was like that when I had the bus. Clear right, and we'll go. There's another thing. If the light hits the windshield just right, you can see it. There's a round spot right there. And that spot is there. Hello, smoke. Oh, they're doing control burns. Oh. That's what that was. There's a round spot where I put a suction cup for a GoPro in the windshield of this bus. Like the very first time I did it. And it left like this weird smeared mark, like a circle on the windshield. And I kid you not, ever since then, it doesn't matter who cleans the windshield, you can still see it. So I accidentally left my own permanent spot on 99's windshield. I also just realized that the DEF lights, these little green bars that show you how much DEF fluid you have, those bars are actually narrower and they have more dark space around them. 171's, the green is a little bit bigger and there's less dark space around it. Why did I notice that? I have no idea. Sitting here looking at the oil pressure gauge, and I feel like it looks different, but I honestly cannot pinpoint what is different. But the more I sit here and look at it, the more I think there's something off. The engine temperature, as far as I can tell, I think it's the same. I think. The fuel gauge, I want to say the fuel gauge is the same. The ticks on the empty side may be slightly narrower, or not narrower, but spaced further apart. But I'm not positive about that one. The air gauges, like I said, the air gauges are close to the same, but not quite. They have more ticks around the 75 PSI mark. And they don't have the orange section. 171, I think 171 has the orange section. And the ticks right there. I don't think 171 has that many ticks right there. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's hard to, unless you look at them side by side, it's hard to tell. It could be my mind playing tricks on me. Who knows? Dashboard from up there, but you'll notice the engine temp is consistently higher than 171. That is not unusual. 99, the gauge always indicated that normal operating temp for this bus was right under 200. Whereas 171, it's closer to about 185. Well, yeah, about 185 is
197 to
So you get in this bus, and I look at it and I'm like, oh, it's getting a little bit warm. No, it's really not. Shut up! It's really not. That's the norm for this bus, based on when I was actually on it, seeing it every day. For those of you that like me yelling "shut up" at the radio, well, there you go. You have one for my video on 99. I love having green lights that are ready as soon as I get there. That is the best way to do it. I will tell you, I noticed there's a difference between the radio in 171 and 99. 99's radio is so old that the volume knob doesn't have little ticks in it anymore. It just kind of free spins. But it still goes up and down how you want it to. But 171, it doesn't have the channel changer switch. It has, I think you do it by the arrow keys that are in the preset 2 and 3 buttons, which this one only has 2 preset buttons. 171 has 4, I think. And arguably, the one reason why I can put the GoPro right there is that the cage fan is over there, under the mirror. I totally forgot about that until I was setting the GoPro up, and I was like, there should be something up here. Joke's on me, there's not. There's a small crack in the dashboard right here. That was not there when I had this bus, and I don't know what caused that. If it was just sunlight or what. I also did periodically walk to the back of the bus to make sure there were no kids left after each run. And the smell that Dave was talking about is a lot more prominent back there. I don't really notice it up front. You can only barely notice it in the cabin. But about the time you hit the back axle, that's when you notice it. It kind of hit me like a wall. I was like, okay, I don't know what that is. So if I had a Lysol can, I'd go back there and spray it again. But I don't. And I've been meaning to get one, and I've been forgetting. There we go. Change gear. 171 right there would be shifting all over the place because it's way too proactive trying to change gears. 99 on the other hand, 99 is like, I'm going to stay in whatever gear I'm in until I have to change.
90 is station 1.
Which, I don't really understand that.